What is up, everybody? It's Lloyd from Iron Dog Journey. Today is Saturday, day 8. Drinking some coffee, doing the voiceover. Everybody loves the voiceover. Actually, I don't think anybody's heard it yet, but you know, guys, it's a good day. I'm happy to be alive, happy to be here. The workout's really not getting any easier, not yet, and honestly I don't expect it to, because I'm thinking as soon as it starts getting easier I'll have to make it harder. You know how it goes. But yeah, man, it's good to be alive, I'll tell you what. You know, today I'm just thinking about goals and being consistent and persistent. You know, I think it's really important to set goals. You know, for instance, 100 days. That's what I'm doing right now, 100 days. And it seems daunting, seems like a lot. And, you know, it's funny, when you first set it, it seems like, yeah, that's awesome, and you're going to have these results when you're done, etc., etc. And, you know, eventually the reality sets in that this is hard. You know, there's a lot of days where you really don't feel like doing it, and you just have to do it anyways. That's where consistency comes in. I don't know what I said before, but consistency and being persistent are key. You have to keep showing up. You have to keep coming back. You have to keep doing the work. You have to keep putting in the hours, because the result, the reward at the end is substantial. You don't know it, and that's the thing. You know, like if somebody says, I'll give you $1 million to do 100 days of exercising, for most of us, no problem. You know, that's $1 million, because you're thinking about that $1 million. You know, I think when you have a bunch of weight to lose, you know, like, you know, you're trying to lose 100 pounds or something like that. Well, man, you dream of losing that 100 pounds and you know, your clothes finally fitting again, or whatever it is. Being comfortable, being able to walk again comfortably, whatever, keeping up with the kids. And when, you know, you're like in my position where I really don't have the weight to lose anymore, don't get me wrong, I want to lose some around the midsection, etc., just like anybody, but it's not something I can't live with. You know, I've got to the point where I feel fairly comfortable in my own skin. I think this summer I'm already ready to, you know, go by the pool without my shirt on. It helps to desensitize yourself, obviously, but the point is, I don't have, in my mind, I'm not competing for any shows or you know, anything like that. And so in my mind, I don't necessarily have a substantial goal that really I'm shooting for. So, you know, 100 days is pretty arbitrary. Arbitrary. I don't think that's the right word. Anyway, I think it's pretty, maybe it is the right word. Anyway, I don't think it's not specific. And at the end of the 100 days, I honestly haven't really gave it a lot of thought. Well, what am I trying to accomplish in that 100 days? And I think it's very important to establish that, because then each day that you don't feel like doing it, or each day that you're working hard, you know why you're working hard. Because if you don't have a strong why, then it's easy to quit. It's easy to just give up, because let's face it, some days just suck. Some days are hard. And if you have a strong why, well, you keep coming back, because that why keeps bringing you back, because you know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it. Luckily for me, you know, honestly, my biggest why is, you know, I'm not getting any younger, and I've already had heart surgery and a pacemaker, and I have an aneurysm on my aorta, so I'm gonna have to have another surgery eventually. And my daughter is only, you know, she's almost 4, so I need to be around for a while. So I have a big why for sure. And at 53 years old, I can't afford to let myself slide down that hill, man. I just can't. Life throws you all kinds of curveballs, and the best thing I can do is take care of myself and appreciate each and every single day the best that I possibly can while I'm here. Because if I don't, man, I'm just missing out. I'm missing out on that opportunity to live. That's my biggest why. Sometimes I think it helps. It helps to have a why based on something silly, vanity, or some sort of reward. But I don't really have that right now. I could, if my looks changed, if my physique changed, nothing would change in my life. I'm not trying to go for anything in that regard. So I don't know. I don't necessarily have a strong why yet. That is something I definitely need to contemplate. I mean, again, wanting to live is a pretty strong why, but that's not a 100 days project. That's a lifetime. I don't plan on giving up exercise until I can no longer actually do it, because I think that's the only thing that's going to keep me alive. So anyway, the point is, after all that, setting goals is very important, and then defining what you're trying to accomplish is very important. And then, of course, doing the work every single day. But you got to have a reason to keep coming back. Once your willpower gets strong enough, it gets easier. But that takes, practice. It takes practice to learn how to be dedicated. It takes practice to keep coming back when you don't feel like it. Work through the suffering and the pain and the sweat and the whatever. And I think it's funny, we live in a modern age where everybody wants the quick fix, and that's why there's weight loss pills and 100,000 different diets that people think, oh, if I just starve myself for whatever, that's gonna just do the trick, and then I'm gonna magically be where I want to be. And the funny thing is, some of those things, sure, they do work temporarily. You might get some results, but it's absolutely not sustainable, and it's not long lasting. So if that's the lifestyle you want to live, then hey man, all more power to you. But I think sometimes we lose touch with hard work and patience and consistency and being persistent. That's very important. And those are skills that, seem to be kind of going by the wayside sometimes. But I highly recommend. It's funny, I don't know how many people on YouTube play back their videos, watch your own video. It's interesting what you can learn about what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what you like, what you don't like. It's kind of cool, honestly, and I think that's one reason I like to do the voiceover, because I can actually kind of see the video and analyze the playback, if you will. I can see, my weak parts as far as, building a physique, for sure. It's interesting, and I think I've said this before, about common sense and science say, if you do X, Y, Z amount of work, you eat this many calories, you burn this many calories, you do this physical exercise, you're going to get these results. I mean, that's science, right? And that should apply to pretty much anybody that does it, because we're just, humans aren't that complicated. Our bodies respond to whatever stimuli that you give it, theoretically. And I obviously know that, but it's weird how I can easily forget that, and I can easily say, yeah, well, of course that's true for everybody, but for whatever reason it doesn't work for me. And I've heard a lot of people say that. That is one of it seems like a classic excuse. Oh, I tried that and it didn't work. Oh, I tried exercise, it didn't work. Oh, I tried running, it doesn't work. It's like, then you must have done it wrong, because it does work. It works for everybody, not just some people. It works for literally everybody. And I'd like to see somebody prove that wrong to me. You know, if done right, no can defend. That's a little joke from Karate Kid. Anyway, I think, a lot of times we want to find that excuse that confirms, see, I can't get in shape. See, I am a loser. See, it's above and beyond me. It's something that I don't get to experience in my life. It's like we're looking for that excuse, because then we can finally just, we can be lazy or skip it and not feel guilty about it. But the reality is, it's not true. It just simply isn't true. It's not true for me, and it's not true for anybody else. If I do the work, I'll get the results. That's just all there is to it. And sometimes you think, oh, well, I'm doing so much work. Well, you might not be. You might not be doing enough. Like calories, for instance. Burning calories and the calories that you consume. Like, until you start recording your calories or counting your calories, you might be surprised. You might be taking in way more calories than you think. A lot of times people think, oh, well, I'm doing everything I can. It's like, well, if I was to be honest, you probably aren't. Oh, I exercise a lot. I took a walk around the parking lot. Well, you might realize that walk, albeit it's good for you and it's awesome that you're doing it, but it's probably not enough to get the results that you're wanting. And that's why when people get a personal trainer, they all of a sudden get these magic results. Well, why is that? Because A, the trainer's there to motivate them, but B, the trainer can say, you're not doing enough. You need to be doing this, this, and this, and they can keep them accountable to it. And a lot of times when we're doing it by ourselves, let's face it, a little effort feels like a lot of effort. So we think, well, I'm definitely doing a lot. And you are doing a lot compared to what you were doing. But is it enough? Maybe not. Like the workouts that I'm doing here, they're great. They're fantastic. And I'm really proud of myself for doing it. I'm proud of myself for sticking with it. Am I going to be an elite athlete? No, not a chance. Am I going to walk out on some bodybuilding stage? Nope, I'm not. Because this isn't enough. Again, I'm not trying to knock what I'm doing, because it's a great workout. And I'm very proud of myself. But you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to hold yourself accountable, And if you work out 2 days when you said you were going to work out 8 days, well, it's going to take you that much longer. So, I don't know who knows who Tony Robbins is. It seems like everybody should by now. Motivational speaker that's been around for, 30, 40 years. I mean, he's a giant guy, 6'7", motivational speaker. Anyway, look him up. He once said, early in his career, because he's one of the most world famous motivational speakers there is, honestly. And he said in one of his books, I think, that if you learn, if the average person learned to be a keynote speaker by doing, let's say 30 events a year, he's like, well, then what would happen if I did 7 events a month? Well, I'm going to get that experience that much quicker. And that's not the way he said it. He said it in a much better way, but I can't remember. But the point is, if you work harder and don't skip, you're going to get your results faster. It's just all there is to it. Now, obviously, there's body limitations and, overworking and diet, and there's different things in there. But if you work out once a week, it's going to take you that much longer to get your results. If you work out 7 days a week, you're going to get results much, much quicker. It's just the way it works. It's like when people do crazy diets or challenges, all of a sudden they see these results. It's like, well, yeah, because you put in the effort. You put in the effort, and it's concentrated, focused effort. And if you put that same effort in over months, it's going to take you a while, So if you're impatient, then work harder, do more. I mean, it's, again, science. But I feel like I'm kind of just rambling today, and I think that's probably all I got. But I'm really happy that anybody who does watch these videos watches it. I appreciate you. If you have any thing going on in your life, I hope it's going well. And if you don't have that goal, make a goal. Get out there and start doing something. You're not getting any younger. All right. Well, this is Lloyd from Iron Dog Journey, and I appreciate you guys. Have a great Sunday, and we'll catch you later. See ya.
Fit fam. It's officially day 8. That was a good one. I felt good about that. I keep thinking, you need to do more, you need to do more. If you want to build muscle, you need to do more. And I totally think that's true, but not just yet. I think I need to work into it. Otherwise, I know myself, if you don't have a gradual climb up that hill, you burn out. And so, it's only day 8, which is awesome, but it's 100 days, so I'm gonna gradually work my way up that hill, because that workout is still not that easy to me. Once it's easy, definitely need to be doing more. But at this point, it's really good. I felt good. It's Saturday. Happy to be off work, for sure. Usually people are like, what are you gonna do on the weekend? And I'm like, I don't know, but I won't be at work. Not that my job's bad, I've got a great job. But I love doing photo and video for a living, it's very good. But you know, having free time, having your own time is nice too. So, all right, everybody, I appreciate you tuning in if you did. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for coming back. I encourage you to go out there and do something, whatever it is that, you know, whatever kind of goals you got, get to it, man. Or don't, it's your choice, you know, life's about choices. But I highly encourage it, it's worth it. All right, go out there, have a great day, be kind to somebody, do something awesome out there, guys. All right, stay strong.